Hi guys, today I'm gonna show my top 5 best Pro crosshair. And these crosshair, all crosshair I took directly from pros, and I found the 5 best ones that I like. There's a lot of different crosshair in this list. Some are small, some are bigger, and some are more thinner. I'm sure no matter what kind of crosshair you like, you'll find one crosshair that fits you perfectly in this list. So the first crosshair is a crosshair I call device crosshair, and just because I've seen device use it, I took it from there, and the first time I used it, I took it from device. This is actually the crosshair Down uses right now, and I feel like it's a really good crosshair, because I don't really like the dot crosshair that much, but this crosshair is also a little bit wider, but it's almost close to a dot crosshair. And if I like to play with a small crosshair, then I'm always play with thin ones, but if I get tired of them, then sometimes I try to switch to this one. It's a really good crosshair that I feel like I get really good taps with, because it's so close and so small. So definitely try this crosshair out if you like the small crosshairs, or if you use a dot crosshair and want to switch it up a little bit. So the fourth crosshair is this crosshair right here, and it's a crosshair I took for IM. It's a crosshair I've used a little bit, and I feel like the big gap in the middle just makes it a lot easier to sometimes flick, and sometimes I just like to switch this crosshair. It's normally not a crosshair I play for a long time. Sometimes I just use it to switch things up a bit and get a different feeling. So if you like a bit of bigger crosshairs, or just want to try something new where the gap is pretty big in the middle, I definitely would recommend this crosshair. Even though the gap in the middle is pretty big, it's a really solid crosshair. Crosshair number 3. This is a crosshair that ZywOo uses, and I call this the flick crosshair, because I just feel like my flicks with this crosshair are so good. It's almost like my normal crosshair that I use, which is a little bit smaller, but it's a little bit more lengthy. And sometimes I even like to make it a little bit bigger, like this, just to make it a little bit bigger. I really feel like my flicks on this crosshair is really good, and I really feel like if I'm playing with a really small crosshair, sometimes just make it a little bit longer, I'm just gonna make it feel a lot different, and sometimes just make it feel a lot better. So definitely try this crosshair if you like to play with small crosshairs and want to try some new. Crosshair that's second on the list is this crosshair right here, which is a crosshair with a dot in the middle. I really sometimes like dot crosshairs, especially if they like open when you shoot sometimes. I play with that a lot, and I've actually seen Simple play with this crosshair a lot, and I feel like it's really good. I don't really just switch to this crosshair in the middle of a game, but if I have a bad period, then I sometimes like to switch to dot crosshair just to switch it up a bit. And I really like this crosshair. And if you're playing that the crosshair is expanding when you're shooting, then I definitely would recommend trying this crosshair. It just feels so good, where you can have the steady dot in the middle, and you can have your cursors move out. And if you also like that other crosshair, then you can also use this crosshair, where you can see that the cursors out of the sides are just moving. And the best and the first crosshair on the list is this crosshair right here, which is probably the most simple and boring crosshair, but it's a really good crosshair, I feel like. I've seen a lot of pros play with it, like Donk I've seen play with it a lot, and I think every pro had played with this crosshair at some point. This is my main crosshair, I play with it a lot, and if I want to feel something new, then I just switch the color. My top colors on this are white, I'm probably playing that the most, and then if it's a map where white is pretty hard to see, then you either play with green or white, but also sometimes like to play light blue and also yellow. I just feel like it's a perfect crosshair. It isn't really big, but it's also small, and isn't a dot, and it just feels so lightweight, and just feel like it has a combination of every crosshair. My taps are really good, my flicks are really good, and also my sprays are really good. No matter what crosshair I switch to, I always come back to this crosshair, and it will always be my favorite crosshair. It also was in CSGO, and it also still is in CS2. And yeah, that's all for this list right here. Hope you find this list useful, and hope you find some crosshairs that you're gonna try out. I'm always a big fan of trying out a lot of different crosshair, especially if you feel like I have a bad period or a bad time where I have some bad aim. Then I really like to either switch the color up or the crosshair up, and just having your 5 favorites in your pocket just to switch to is really important. So hope you can add some of these crosshairs to your tryout collection and see if they work for you.